You just watch that one.
You don't have to move this one, do you?
Yeah. I had it focused in on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but why would you move this one? Because that one does.
Yeah, basketball. Yeah. Because I know.
I guess you might know. Do you have to move this camera at all, or is it only that camera? Because this camera is
this camera should be focused. One camera should be focused on the scoreboard.
Okay, yeah.
That one.
Okay. And then this one's game action.
The chaser.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Yep.
We need to bring this out a little bit because you can't see the.
The zoom, I believe, is up top. The zoom's up here. You see it?
Where's the main event?
He went somewhere. He was Tennessee. He's always right back over.
Thank goodness for some ingenuity, because shoot.
Keep an eye on him.
Are you guys all good up here?
Yeah,
What you doing?
we are.
yeah,
Okay.
we're good. Let it go.
I can't get
We
a
got
hold of
it.
him. I just tried to call him.
Yeah, we got it.
That was Kylie was here when we did the internet issue. That was fun.
I was here when we had the scoreboard issue where it was all fuzzy and didn't want to. Can I sneak past you real quick?
Absolutely.
There's meteor shower tonight. There's meteor shower tonight. Noon or midnight.
Okay, cool. He'll get it. How many get it?
I don't know. I got it. Forgot where the charge board is.
Mom! Wendy! I think your mom wants to take a picture. She's getting her phone. She'll hop on our phone real quick with it.
Yeah, I gotta take a potato sauce.
I think we have to go. Look at it. There is. So.
We're a package deal. Joey, she wants you to tell her.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Eugene Capers Field and MeadowBrook Colts Friday Night Football. Happy Senior Night. Please direct your attention across the field as we present your 2022 MeadowBrook Colts Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Ricky Harvey. Staff includes Mr. Darren McCaw, Greg Starkey, Michael Loomis, Robert R.J. Moore, and Alex Mashu. The band is being led onto the field tonight by Senior Field Commander Amy Harper. Let's get up and cheer on your Colts Marching Band as they perform the fight song, Charge On!
Yep. Sorry about it. No, you're good where you're at. You're good where you're at. You can stay right there, but we're going to stand right here. If you want, you're not going to sit or you. No. You can have that seat if you want.
How do I sound? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Are we unmuted or not? Good evening and welcome to MeadowBrook High School, Eugene Capers Field. Surprisingly and shockingly, it is week 10 of the high school football season. Unfortunately for MeadowBrook, this is going to be the end of the year, end of the road for them, as they have failed to make the playoffs this year after a great run the past few years. West Muskingum, on the other hand, having a great season at 7-2, with their only 2 losses being to New Lexington and Philo. I am Darren McCullough, and with me tonight is the old quarterback, Kyle Wendland, here for week 10. And Kyle, we kind of discussed off air a little bit and talked about MeadowBrook. They have the best passing offense in the MVL. They're going up against the team that has the best passing defense in the NFL.
Yeah, and, we'll see tonight what plays out. Better offense or better defense is always an age-old question, I think. What wins games? Is it the defense or is it an offense? So we'll see tonight when they lock horns and get after it.
And, of course, last year people remember MeadowBrook defeating West Muskingum at their place on their on the way to their successful run in Division IV Region 15 playoffs. And West Muskingum had a stud quarterback in Harley Hopkins. He since graduated, but now this West Muskingum offense has a couple pair of backs that are really some dangerous players for him.
Yeah, it seems like they're well balanced with Rashad Cisse and Ty Schauger. And, again, the quarterback's not bad, also filling in from the quarterback last year. And I think he's over 50-50 on his touchdowns-interception ratio, which is always a good ratio.
And you're talking about 2 running backs. Schwager, I believe, is only 41 yards away from eclipsing the 1,000-yard mark. He's second in the MVL in rushing. And if MeadowBrook fans know, the leading rusher in the MVL is Hunter Rose, the stud running back from New Lex, that they had the unfortunate luxury of meeting him earlier this year. And Cisse is pushing, I believe, 600 yards rushing. So 2 very talented guys. And they also have a talented receiver that it's like, I remember this name, but you don't remember this uniform.
That's right. Number 13 for West Muskingum would be Slater Samsel. And just remember him last year playing for Riverview and being a standout for Riverview. Now he's here on a great West Muskingum team and doing the same thing.
And he's obviously their top wideout. That he's got almost 500 yards receiving on the year and 9 touchdowns on, I believe, 27 receptions. So he's a very, very dangerous weapon on the outside to go along with those 2 horses at running back. And we've talked about West Muskingum. We've talked about their pass defense. We've talked about their offense as rushing offense, and they have a passing offense. But we can't slight their rushing defense because they are the second best rushing unit to New Lexington in the MVL. So really, they got a nice balanced team, and it's going to be a tough contest for the Colts as we just finished up senior night activities, and we're getting ready for the teams to storm out onto the field. So, Kyle, what's a couple keys for you here for MeadowBrook to come out with a victory?
I think it just starts here with offense. And we talked about how good West Muskingum's defense is, but if MeadowBrook can come out here and throw the ball and be successful like they have been throughout the whole year throwing the ball, it gives them a chance in this game.
We apologize for the late start. We had some internet issues that we believe we have fixed, so hopefully we're able to stay the entire live stream tonight. I know there's been some difficulty at times, but hopefully we can get all 4 quarters and all 12 minutes of each quarter in tonight on the live stream. So we're about 40 seconds away as MeadowBrook is storming out to the field with the MeadowBrook flag and the red, white, and blue Stars and Stripes United States flag.
Senior night also here for MeadowBrook, being the last game the seniors will be able to play on this field. So I know as a senior, it's always a memorable time to play.
Yeah, obviously, yes. Last time that these kids will get an opportunity to put on that MeadowBrook uniform on this home field, so it's always a great opportunity, like you said. So we'll thank our sponsors for tonight's live stream, Graham Excavating, Main Screen Printing, Westfall Services, GB Roofing, and Teal Dove Consulting, as that's the horn to start action here. So the Colts will receive to start the game.
We talked earlier, you know, what nice weather that we have for a Week 10 game. Normally it's snowing, and with tonight about 60 degrees, 50 degrees.
Yeah, you can't ask for much better. And it looks like Evan Dyer and Landon Kuhn back at around the 20, inside the 20 for the Colts, as West Muskingum huddling things up. So MeadowBrook Marching Band going off in front of us here. We're still waiting. I guess this is a primetime event, so we got to wait till exactly start time. Well, maybe it's because West Muskingum didn't have a football out ready, so the side judge over West Muskingum's side tosses it in. So we are ready for football here at Eugene Capers Field. And I'm just going to apologize in advance, too. It's going to be a tough time telling these who these West Muskingum kids are, but their jersey's really hard to see the numbers as this kicked off. Almost, and I believe Bob ended up falling on it as kind of got away from him there a little bit. As MeadowBrook will start about their own 29.
For this offense to be good, be successful, we've got to get some yards here on first down.
Make it their own 27. Here's a fake handoff, hits Norman on the slant, or excuse me, Dyer on the slant. Going to be a solid gain of 8 or 9 from Huey to Dyer.
Yeah, it's a great pass by Huey to fit the ball in the window there. And again, we talked about being successful on first down and get 10 yards for a first down. And I tell you, and draw it up.
Yeah, good start. First down for the Colts. There's a fake handoff. Huey's going to keep it. And he is met just at the line of scrimmage. And I would love to give you some numbers, but Kyle, I think's on that as far as who had to tackle. It's definitely not easy.
Of West Muskingum. Just the yellow and white do not make a good combination with those jerseys.
So we'll give Huey a gain of a yard on the play. And we're going to have an offsides call here on the Tornadoes. I believe that last tackle might have been on Cord McKenzie. I believe he's their one defensive end that was the primary tackler, the first man to the ball. Dyer in motion. There's the inside handoff to him. He's looking to cut upfield. He's going to be just short of a first down, a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. And again, no way we're guessing on those numbers as far as away it is.
Yeah, Landon Kuhn out there, receiver, had a nice block, was able to stretch things out as receiver's position and get a few extra yards there.
So we'll give Dyer a gain of 4 on the play. So again, nice situation here for the Colts, 3rd and short. Huey hands it off, first down.
It was a good run by Braden Black there. It would just find the hole and get enough yards for a first down.
So a good 3-yard run. Looking, finding open man down the field. Nice juke move inside the 20. The catch by believe that was Norman.
Norman,
Nick
looks
Norman.
like Norman, yes.
So Nick Norman gets it down to the 17. A 34-yard gain on the play. So MeadowBrook, nothing but positive here on their first 5 plays from scrimmages. Now 6, it's positive yardage on the run.
Again, Coach Norman likes to, after a big play, likes to hurry up to the offensive line and get the plays going, catch the defense off guard.
I believe that was Black again on the carries.
Yeah. If you look at West Muskingum, their defense, they have two high safeties. Looks like they're playing a cover 2 look, and that's why that long pass to Norman was very successful.
You find any open spot.
Exactly right.
Here's another inside handoff. Looking to turn the corner, but can't quite. Maybe gaining a yard on the play was Norman. There's a flag down at the 11.
Looks like a hold on the Colts.
So that's going to be 10 yards in the wrong way for the Colts, and put together a nice drive, and then now they're in a 2nd and long here, 2nd and 14. Pistol formation. Huey in front of the running back Black. He's going to hand it off. And Black's going to get about to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little more.
Looks like Rashad Cisse there for West Muskingum will play a defensive end position there. Is able to get off a block and make the tackle.
So a nice 4-yard gain. Well, we're going to give him 5 on the play. It looks like he got that extra yard. So you got to figure this is 4-down territory for the Colts as they're inside the 20, and we got another flag. I believe this is going to be on the Colts.
Yeah, that play design right there looked like they had some numbers up to the top side, or looked like where Huey was looking at.
So the penalty's hurting the Colts here as they get into the red zone. A holding penalty and then the legal procedure, and what's turned down to a promising drive. Looking a little more difficult. It's now 3rd and 14 from the Tornadoes 21, and here's some more yellow flags and another illegal procedure on the Colts. So now 3rd and 19. And there's a screen pass incomplete.
And West Muskingum defenders just closing in really fast right there. And Kuhn is ready to catch the ball and just get upfield, but did not secure the pass.
So from here, it'd be a 43-yard field goal attempt, but it looks like the offense is going to stay out here on 4th and 19 for the Colts.
Hardest pass to catch a lot of times is when you're wide open, just like in basketball. Hardest shot to make is when you're wide open. So
there's going to be a double pass, throws it back. So it's from Dyer to Black on the double pass.
looks like number 55, Cord McKenzie, did a great job of reading that play and able to peel off his defensive lineman position and tackle Black.
I believe it was for no gain on the play, it looks like, as we do have a flag down by the Michigan West Muskingum sideline. And the flag was on MeadowBrook, so it's going to be declined. Hear that, or they decided to just pick it up. There was really no signal. Well, there's a decline penalty.
Yeah, it was a good offensive series by MeadowBrook. Was able to drive the ball down the field and get in the red zone, but kind of just got in their own way and got some unlucky penalties there. You know, the false starts and the holdings. And you know, when it's 3rd and 4th in a long way, it's tough to Tough to pick all those yards up in one play.
So here come the Tornadoes offense, and like you said, Kyle, they got some big players up front. And obviously must be some good blockers because they've been paving the way for over 2,000 yards on the ground through the first 9 games for this Tornadoes offense. Here's the handoff. Schauger's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a good play by the Colts on first down.
Number 12, Cooper McManway, did a great job there at getting the backfield and for a loss of 1.
So it was a good start by the Colts. So there's a handoff here. Cuts back. I believe that's Schauger again. He breaks a couple tackles inside the 30. It's a foot race to the corner of the end zone. And can't quite bring him down as Schauger's going to take it 73 yards to the house.
That was a great job by the offensive lines we just talked about. They set up the same play like they did last time, but they countered off of it and cut back towards the MeadowBrook sideline, and Schauger is off to the races.
And that's going to put him over 1,000 yards rushing now on the year. So congratulations to him on that run of 73 yards. So let's see. I believe it's Silas Kuhn is kicking. I believe it's 21. The left footer. So we got a pair of lefties here. A pair of left footers. He boots it between the uprights. And with 7:07 to go in the opening quarter, West Muskingum dents the scoreboard first and leads 7-0. We'll be back after a quick break with more action here at MeadowBrook High School. That's just, I don't know if that's the one that mutes and unmutes us. At least I think. Maybe that one. Press them both because I'm not 100% sure. Welcome back, MeadowBrook High School. West Muskingum kicking off here, leading 7-0, 7:07 to go in the opening quarter. It's fielded about the 16 by Landon Kuhn. He's looking for a hole. Busts through one, gets taken down at about the 34. So MeadowBrook's going to be in decent field position here to start their second drive. Looking to finish it off this time as they got it inside the red zone. A couple penalties put them behind the 8 ball a little bit.
Yeah, really impressed with MeadowBrook's offense last series. You know, we talked about how good West Muskingum's defense was, and MeadowBrook was able to march down the field. Again, like you talked about, had some penalties to ruin at the end, but they're still able to move the ball.
And we're going to have another flag on MeadowBrook here as they're going to be called for an illegal procedure. So the Colts kind of struggling to get out of their own way a little bit here as they move the ball, but the penalties keep knocking them back little by little as
Well, they're like a sideline warning on that one.
Okay. So after all of that, I was expecting a penalty, and I'm not sure who ran the ball. I believe it was Black. It was a gain of a yard on the play, so MeadowBrook now has it at the 35. Here's a handoff to Black, and he's met and taken down. And I wish I could read the number, but I can't. I don't even.
I'm saying 15 or 16.
I was thinking 16. I'm not saying it's 15. Braxton Brownrigg's my guess. I know that name a little more than the other, I guess. So again, and we apologize. It's tough seeing these numbers as we got the screen. And that ball is out, and West Muskingum's going to have it.
It looked like West Muskingum had about 3 or 4 defenders right there on Kuhn, and one of them stood him up. The other one came in going for the ball and was able to strip the ball off of him there.
So that has been a little bit of the issue for the Colts is turnovers when they've moved deep in the drives, but now this one's after making a successful drive earlier, the penalty and then turnover is going to hurt that drive.
You know, Kuhn is trying to do that, just trying to get extra yards. This is all he is trying to do.
Now great field position. They're going to look to fire away. It's going to bounce there. Let's see, the pass was from Jake Anton. So 2nd and 10 for West Muskingum.
Now we may know why that both of those running backs have so many yards. Looks like they're a little better running team.
And I'm sure you're going to get to see a run here, and there it is. That's Schauger. He's going to pick up about 3. As he's tackled in front of the West Muskingum sidelines. It's going to be a gain of 2. So
good job by the Colts defense there and not giving up a big play, making it 3rd and long.
So now here's a big play, 3rd and long. MeadowBrook needs to get off the field here. Well, obviously, probably expect West Muskingum to actually go for it here on 4th down. As Antons drops back, fires, hits an open man on the stop, breaks 1 tackle, breaks a 2nd, holding on, still going. And he's going in the end zone. Somehow, he breaks a tackle on the sideline. Had 3 Colt defenders. He pulls himself away and gets in the end zone.
Yeah, we talked about, I think it was number 13 against Samsel, who we talked in the pregame. And, you know, we saw last year how elusive he was, and he just showed it right there. It looked like he was out of bounds, but he kept on going and ran into the end zone.
And we knew coming in Slater Samsel from his Riverview days was a ball player, and he made the plays right there as the left-footed kicker boots it up and through. So with 5:01 to go in the first quarter, West Muskingum now on top 14-0. So we'll thank our sponsors, Graham Excavating, Main Screen Printing, West Falls Services, G&B Roofing, and Teal Dove Consulting, as the Tornadoes are on top 14-0, and we'll be back after a real quick break here. Welcome back to Meadowbrook High School. So it looks like we had a penalty on the kickoff, or on the extra point attempt on Meadowbrook at 15-yarder. So now the Tornadoes are going to kick off from Meadowbrook's 45. And he's going to kick an onside kick that's not, and it does roll the 10 yards, and West Muskingum's going to have it.
It looked like one of the West Muskingum players may have touched it and kind of pushed it forward, but I guess that's not the case.
And I believe their quarterback, Jake Anton, was in on special teams and recovered that for West Muskingum. And the unfortunate thing, MeadowBrook, they just kind of let it roll, and West Muskingum kind of boxed them out and let it finally get to the 10 yards. But I was like you. I thought somebody for West Muskingum touched it, but obviously it was right in front of MeadowBrook sidelines, and Coach Norman and his staff are not saying anything about it. So it's going to be possession to the Tornadoes. And great field position again, as they're going to start at the 34 of MeadowBrook. There's a little toss to Cisse. He breaks one, breaks second, gets to the outside stiff arm. He's going to have a first down, cuts back inside, dancing around, still up inside to about the 14. Cisse with a nice run after the little touch pass.
All right, if you're scoring at home, that is a pass. That is not a handoff. He threw it forward, so that is a pass for passing yards if you're keeping score at home.
And I have to admit, it's one of my favorite plays, especially in goal line situations on Madden.
A lot of times it's a safe play because if the running back or receiver drops it, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble or anything like that. If you hand the ball off, you know, there's a chance that there may be a fumble in the backfield.
So we talked about Schauger, we talked about Samson, we talked about now Cisse, and those guys, obviously all three of them backing up the early hype that we gave them. And there's a play action. This is going to be Cisse on the reception. Breaks one tackle, met and holding on to him. Number 1, Braylon Lowry with the nice tackle there.
For the Colts, looks like number 60 there, Max Stone did a good job putting pressure on the quarterback. And again, from up here, it looked like it might have hit the turf, but the refs didn't blow it dead or anything like that and continued the play.
So an 8-yard gain on that play. It's really, despite West Muskingum being a power running team, they run a lot out of the shotgun, and Schauger gets the handoff, and he's going to power his way in from 7 yards out, and it's 20-0 West Muskingum.
Yeah, once the Schauger got about the 3-yard line, he was not going to be denied. He lowered the shoulder pads down and was able to get in the end zone.
Yeah, that's a tough, strong kid that you don't want to meet for sure. So he's going to have his second touchdown run. And with 3:41 left in the first quarter, so in a span of less than 3.5 minutes, they've scored their 3 touchdowns. It's a bad snap, but Kuhn gets it up and through the uprights. So some tough breaks for MeadowBrook. They first possession of the game, have a great drive, stalls out on downs. West Muskingum hits the big play from Schauger for 73 yards. MeadowBrook gets the ball back. Have an unfortunate fumble that's recovered by West Muskingum. Slater Samsel makes the big touchdown, 35-yard touchdown reception. Then they onside kick it, and West Muskingum does, and recover it, and then puts 6 more and make it 7 more on the board as they're leading 21-0.
Yeah, Schauger here in the handout we got for the roster. He says he has 5'11", 190, and also talk about Rashad Cisse. He's 5'11", 185. So those are pretty stout boys.
Yeah, and they're both,
men, I should say.
Both put together too. That's a big thing. Some people can have a slight frame. They have a thick built frame that's definitely hard to bring down. So West Muskingum looking to kick off here for the fourth time tonight. Kuhn's got it about the 17, turns it up, the 30, going to fall forward to about the 31, so a 14-yard return.
Kuhn did a good job right there. The Colts had a wall set up over here towards their bench, and he was able to get to the wall and get some positive yards.
Noah Ray was on the tackle there for the Tornadoes. Huey fires slant, incomplete, in and out of the receiver's hands.
That was a good ball by Huey there. Put it right on Norman, but the defender for the Tornadoes was right in his hip pocket.
And that little slant play's been open. They've ran it 2 or 3 times. Been able to find that open spot in the zone. Like you said, they play that cover 2. The middle's open, and then like 15, 20 yards down the field on the sidelines are open as well. As they're going to hand it off to Black here, and he's going to be tackled and fall forward to the 33. He's going to have a gain of 2.
Trying to see who from West Muskingum made that tackle. But,
your guess is as good as mine. I've pretty much, hate to say it, but I've kind of given up on that a little bit. It's they are not easy to see, and I got my 3rd and 4th eyes on, and I'm struggling with them. And almost got a lineman for West Muskingum to jump there on the old MeadowBrook clap, as I like to call it.
I think worked the first series of the game and may got a little chewing out on the sideline and hasn't worked since.
And we're going to get a timeout from MeadowBrook here with 2:42 to go in the opening quarter. So as they take a break in action, we'll take a break here too and be back with the rest of the first quarter action here at Eugene Capers Field. Welcome back, MeadowBrook High School, Eugene Capers Field. 3rd and 8, Colts their own 33. 2:42 to go the first quarter. Huey rolling out, fires, threads the needle and just through the hands of Evan Dyer as it came on him real hot, so it's going to be 4th down Colts.
Number 6, Cam Fowler for West Muskingum was able to step in there and break it up.
So the punting unit coming on. It looks like Casey Clendenning is back to punt for the Colts. Samsel's back deep returning, and we're going to have a whistle here. And apparently a MeadowBrook player must have had something wrong, and they motioned him off, so Jacob Burris is now going to jump back in. Clendenning a low line drive. We got a flag down, and he gets the home field roll as it's going to stop dead at the 22. It's going to be a 45-yard punt. It didn't look pretty off the foot, but he got the nice roll. Now we're going to, and we have another sideline warning on MeadowBrook. So,
like you said, it wasn't the prettiest by Clendenning, but did the job. Got the nice roll afterwards.
now they've already gave a sideline warning to MeadowBrook. Okay, they're just going to move 5 yards on the after the play. So ironic, I figured that they would move MeadowBrook back 5 yards and they'd have to kick it again, but high school rules and NFL rules may be a little different as far as the interpretation, because I think if I'm West Muskingum, I'm asking them to kick the ball again, but they're going to take over at their own 27 here.
I agree. Try to get the ball in Samsel's hands right there in space.
So Anton and shotgun, Schauger in the backfield with him. And Schauger is going to get the ball and met at the line, but he's going to fall forward for 2 or 3.
Great job there by number 52, Zayden Yeagle is in there on the tackle. And a lot of times, West Muskingum, you know, they have a spread shotgun look, but there's 2 backs or 2 blockers in the backfield or near the line of scrimmage. They spread it out a little bit on this series.
Yeah, they kind of got a little shotgun wing T kind of action a little bit.
Yes.
And here's going to be a screen, and that's Cisse. He's going to spin off a tackle, and he's going to fall forward. He's going to be right at the first down marker, so it's going to be close. And they're going to say first down Tornadoes.
Yeah, Cisse did a great job there catching the ball and running. You know, you always tell your players you're going to run after the catch, and he did a good job right there.
Yeah, he has been very impressive when he's got the ball in space. He's been able to make some plays and break some tackles and do some jukes and spins. Very impressive as they look left. Now he's looking right, doesn't see anything. Anton rolling, looking, still looking, breaks one tackle, runs away, and Cooper McManaway brings him down just past or just at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Cooper did a good job there, not giving up on the play and continue his pursuit.
Credit to MeadowBrook secondary on that one. Anton didn't have a player to throw to, so good coverage down the field on the play.
And number 7, Javon Black from MeadowBrook, also did a great job with trying to chase down the quarterback.
So 2nd and 10 here. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. There's a fake handoff, and I believe that's going to be a lateral to Cisse. It was a backward pass, so that's going to go down as a rush. And only a gain of 2.
And MeadowBrook did a great job there. Like last time, he got it into space, like you said, spinning and hopping, and was able to get yards. But that time, they bottled him up right there and was able to bring him down for a small gain.
He did a little duck dive, dip, dodge, and duck. And that's going to be it for the first quarter. At the end of 1, it's the Tornadoes 21 and MeadowBrook 0. We'll be back with second quarter action here on the KGP Network. Welcome back, Eugene Capers Field, and some scores of interest. Over at Buckeye Trail, Newcomerstown leading Buckeye Trail 8-7. And at Cambridge, and a hit on the play, and it's going to be recovered by, still not recovered. I believe it's going to be MeadowBrook football here, as they are saying MeadowBrook football. 68, Austin Steele on the sack. I believe it was Justice Hugh, or maybe it was Landon Kuhn who came up with the fumble recovery. Or excuse me, it's Justice Huey, yes, what came up with the fumble recovery. So MeadowBrook's going to take over at the 19-yard line of West Muskingum's on the big strip sack from Austin Steele.
Yeah, that's a great play right there. He's able to get the sack and also knock the ball out of the quarterback's hand before he's able to throw it. So a great job by Steele there.
And as I was saying, St. Clairsville leads Cambridge 7-0 at McFarland Stadium. And as I said previously, the Newcomerstown Trojans on top of Buckeye Trail 8-7. So then a must-win situation for the Warriors as they're trying to advance to Week 11.
great spot for the Colts offense here. Let's see if they can tack it in for 6. You know, we talked earlier in the year that it was very successful between the 30 and the 30.
So let's see what they have here, what the Colts have cooking. Play action fakes, going deep, got him, touchdown, MeadowBrook. Nick Norman on the seam route from Justice Huey. At first I wasn't sure if he caught it. He kind of bobbled it a little bit, it looks like, but he held on to it, and the Colts have cracked the scoreboard.
That was a great job by the Colts offensive line right there, because Huey did a little pump fake, let Norman do a little double move, and Norman was wide open in the end zone.
So now the left-footed kicker for the Colts is going to get an opportunity. Milam cranks it through. So just what the Colts needed there, a turnover and a one-play 19-yard touchdown drive. And you can't start a quarter much better than that, as the Colts have cut the deficit to 14 now, 21-7. So sometimes you need the big plays, and the Colts defense comes through with a big play that helps the offense get a touchdown on the board.
As I just mentioned, but the MeadowBrook's offensive line did a really good job right there. Huey had all day in the pocket to throw. Like I said, he even pump faked and was able to hit Norman wide open.
And MeadowBrook's doing a good job being a little more balanced than they have the past couple weeks. They've really kind of, I believe they've thrown for over 900 yards the past 2 games, and have kind of went away from the running game, as it's kind of been a little bit of a struggle for them at times this year, and went to almost a full passing offense. But they're running the ball enough to keeping this West Muskingum defense a little honest, and it worked there.
Especially with a couple of running backs going down early in the season, and you know, you're putting a freshman back there. It's a lot to ask for a freshman, and Black's done a great job tonight doing that.
And here's an onside kick from the Colts, and that's going to be and West Muskingum falls right on it. They're going to have it at their own 49. So there was no hesitation at all from the Tornadoes on that. And they're going to have great position just short of midfield.
Looked like a middle infielder right there, fielding a ground ball. West Muskingum did a great job. He was scoop that up and lay on it like you're taught.
He just didn't make the toss over to first for the easy out, though. So here they're back to that kind of shotgun wing tee that you talked about. And it's going to be a handoff. No, it's not. He's going to keep it. All breaks one. He's going to get past the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nice tackle there by the Colts. Going to be a gain of 3 or 4. I believe that was Nick Norman on the tackle.
Looks like Steele is in the backfield again right there. And he had him in his grasp, but he was able to break loose. But again, that's good pressure by Steele.
So the Colts defensive line may have found a little kink in the armor of this Tornadoes offensive line, found a gap he can attack, and looking to expose it here. There's the handoff to Schauger. He's going to cut back, and he's going to have room over the middle. Breaks one, and he's just racing down the middle of the field, and he's in from 48 yards out. So Ty Schauger quickly answers right back for the Tornadoes. A 48-yard touchdown run with only 57 seconds later after the Colts scored.
Yeah, again, a great run by Schauger. He just has a hard-nosed running style. He doesn't look to do a lot of juking and jiving. He just looks to run the ball as hard as he can.
I have him with 132 yards rushing on 6 carries to go along with his 3 now touchdowns. So if you started him in your fantasy high school football team, you're sitting pretty good.
That's one thing with MeadowBrook. MeadowBrook likes to score a lot of points, so it seems like whoever they're playing, you have to battle back and forth to try to match their points. And then, that's been the previous years, even to this year. Just the style of the offense that Coach Norman installs is up-paced and spread them out, and a lot of it's big plays, as we've seen already tonight.
28-7. Really, West Muskingum has been surprising. We knew about their running game, but Anton, he had that rough pass where he bounced it on that little stop route that you mentioned, but he's looked pretty solid with his passes, and that they've been able to kind of run a nice balanced attack as well as the Colts.
Yeah, like you said, Anton, maybe it was just the nerves of the start of the game, but you're right, he's been accurate with all of his balls so far after that. And it's one thing with West Muskingum, they're as good at running, but they're also good at passing. They're well balanced.
Here's the kick. And that's going to be Dyer getting it at the 21. He's looking for some place to go, and he's going to be brought down. I believe that was 23, Noah McPhee on the tackle. No guarantees, but I'm just going to, I believe it was 23 on the back of that jersey. So the Colts are going to start at their own 32-yard line. We're close to getting West Muskingum defenders to jump off.
It looked like the West Muskingum is going to bring some heat from the offense's right side, viewers' left side here.
Here's the handoff, and Cooper McManaway finds the hole, picks up the first down. That's going to be a 12-yard run, and MeadowBrook quickly getting to the line of scrimmage, and McManaway is going to get it again, and this time he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, in the previous play, like we said, there was pressure coming off the left side there, and they ran away from it and was able to pick up a first down.
So this play, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Does look like West Muskingum is mixing up their looks right here. The safety's walking down, trying to confuse the Colts offense.
They're now both safeties are going to drop back up high. There's going to be an inside handoff to McManaway again, and he's going to fight forward for about 3 yards. So it's now 3rd and 7 for the Colts.
Again, if you're watching those safeties, they're always rotating, always moving.
Here's the snap, and Huey's going to keep it. Looks up the middle, fights past midfield to about the 49. So he's going to gain 4 on the play. And now this is a 4th and 3 situation for the Colts, and the offense is staying out on the field.
Yeah, you could figure by the play call right there that they was going to go for it on 4th down here.
All they need is 3 here. And it's going to be the same play. Huey's going to keep it, and he's going to be just short, it looks like, of the first down. It's going to finish a yard short, and it's going to be West Muskingum possession at their own 47. And I believe Jake Stonerock may have been in on that tackle for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, it just seems like somebody stacked Huey up there, and the rest of West Muskingum was able to pile on and push him back.
So West Muskingum's going to have it at their own 47 here now, as MeadowBrook's going to have a turnover on downs. Back in the shotgun, snap to Anton. He's going to hand it off, cut back by Shaga. That's been the bread and butter play, and it's going to work once again. It's great blocking down the field by Cisse, and Schauger's in again for the touchdown, this time from 53 yards out.
It was a great play there by West Muskingum offense. Again, it was a little counter. We brought the guy from the left, two guys from the left side, go to the right, the back fake to the left, and follow the blockers to the right side, like you said. And great blocking downfield by the receiver.
Yeah, I mean, Cisse doesn't get credit for the touchdown, but if he's not blocking the MeadowBrook defender, I don't know if Schauger scores that touchdown. And that kick is up and good. So Kuhn's been a perfect 5 for 5 on his extra points, and West Muskingum leads 35-7 here at Eugene Capers Field. We'll thank our sponsors, Graham Excavating, Main Screen Printing, Westfall Services, G&B Roofing, and Teal Dove Consulting. So as they get ready for the kickoff, we'll take a small pause in action and be right back with more second quarter action here on the KGP Network. Welcome back, MeadowBrook High School, Eugene Capers Field. West Muskingum on top 35-7, 8:19 to go in the first half. Tornadoes kicking off here. And the boot is down, a little pop-up, and West Muskingum's going to have this on the little pop-up. They're going to have it right at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like that was a planned onside kick. Yeah, like you said, a little pooch over the front line. Give West Muskingum great field position.
And score update, Newcomerstown's on top 22-7 over Buckeye Trail. And Cambridge and St. Clairsville are tied at 7. Handoff, I believe that's Cisse. Well, wait, we're going to soon find out. He breaks, looks like he's dead in the water, but he finds room and gets away. That's not Cisse. That was Carter Winland. Must be your cousin the way he's running.
Great last name, I'll tell you that. But like you said, he looked like he was stopped in the backfield, and he kept on turning.
What a run by that young man. Looks like he, like you said, hit and at the line of scrimmage and bounces off and finds 6 yards.
A little different offense right there. The quarterback was under center that play.
Anton looking, and he's going to be brought down. And who's that man? It is Austin Steele again with the sack for MeadowBrook.
Steele's having a great night tonight. Being a senior night. You know, he has a strip sack already and that big sack right there.
Yeah, it's his last time to put the uniform on and that play on this field, and he's making it let known he's not holding anything back. And we're going to have a flag here on this play. As Anton's going to run, and he's going to keep running on the sideline. He's going to get knocked out of bounds inside the 10, about the 5-yard line.
Do have a flag on the play here.
This one should be, I'm guessing, coming back. Probably a hold on West Muskingum. The officials are talking it over. It's going to be an illegal shift. So that negates the 38-yard run.
Yeah, it looked like West Muskingum, they didn't know they had 10 guys on the field and ran one at the top on real quick. So I don't think he is all the way set.
So now 3rd and 18 for the Tornadoes. And they're going to use a timeout here with 6:39 to go in the first half, leading 35-7. So a rough first half for the Colts. Has been a lot of Ty Schauger, a couple onside kick recoveries, a turnover that's led to this 35 points for West Muskingum. But MeadowBrook got a big defensive play from Austin Steele, had the strip sack, and Justice Huey ended up recovering at the 19. And then one play later, Huey found Nick Norman on a little seam route 19 yards down the field for the touchdown. And those who are wondering at home, I have Ty Schauger with 7 carries, 185 yards rushing to go with his 4 rushing touchdowns. So he is having himself a whale of a first half. There's a lot of players that would love to have those numbers in an entire game, and he's done it in less than 18 minutes. Empty backfield here for West Muskingum. He's going to fire over the middle, complete. And that's Cisse. He's got the sideline, and he's going to walk in for the touchdown. 48-yard touchdown pass from Anton to Cisse.
Yeah, Huey did a great job blitzing off the edge right there, and it would hit Anton, but Anton was able just to get rid of it just in the nick of time for Cisse's touchdown. I've been really impressed with Anton. You know, we talked about him doing that one in the ground in the very first play when they passed it, but he's able to respond well.
And as great as they are as a running team, they don't really have to pass the ball a whole bunch, but they're definitely putting some stuff on film for whoever their opponent will be in Week 11 that you've got to watch out for this West Muskingum passing attack.
Yeah, if you've noticed, it seems like every other series they're coming out with either a spread formation or the one play, one under center. So, like you said, you get a lot of different formations on tape for people to look at.
And Anton, I have him down for 118 yards passing here in the first half, so he's having himself a nice ball game. And Cisse, I have him with 4 catches, 83 yards. So definitely he's a dual threat option, as we said, has almost 600 yards rushing coming into this game, but he's also a deadly weapon as far as on the outside.
And what's also impressive, it looks like Anton is, according to the roster here, is only a sophomore.
And we got to give a shout out to our producer, first-time producer of the KGB live streams for us, Joe, and his buddy Caden, who just stepped in for him. He had to take a little time out, I believe, to use the facilities, and so now he's got his right-hand man taking over here. That one's going to be fielded at the 20. Breaks a couple tackles, but just seems like as soon as you break one, another Tornado defender's coming in there, and Dyer's brought down at the 22.
Yeah, for West Muskingum, number 22, Nate Davis did a great job. He pooched the last one. West Muskingum was able to recover that one. Then on that kick right there, he was able to kind of pooch it again in the dead man zone back there.
And Nate Davis, he's a solid player for West Muskingum boys basketball coach Jeff Rinkus and the Tornadoes team. I give a shout out to Coach Rinkus, a good friend of mine. There's Norman over the middle on the slant, stops on it, and he's going to have the first down. Nice 14-yard gain on the play from Huey to Norman.
It's a great job by Huey looking to the left, didn't like what he saw. Come back to Norman, who did a great job also, who sat down instead of keep on running right there on that play.
Well, there's going to be incomplete pass to Lowry as MeadowBrook tries speeding things up. And that catch was Norman's 53rd reception of the year, so I'm sure he's slowly creeping up that MeadowBrook all-time receiving list and season receiving list, as he believe he needs 12 receptions to set the single-season record. Huey fakes the handoff, but the Tornadoes defense didn't buy it as he's brought down, and another Tornado player just dives onto the pile.
It looked like almost West Muskingum could be called for a horse collar, but they were not there.
Yeah, very, very close could have been. And I believe if Norman gets over 100 yards receiving tonight, he's going to move into the top 5 receiving yards in a season, as this is a screen to Lowry, and he's going to be taken down at the 39, so it's going to be a gain of 1.
If you looked at West Muskingum's defender right there, as soon as Lowry caught it, what was he trying to do? He was raking at that football. He was trying to get that football out.
So MeadowBrook, no hesitation whatsoever, leaving the offense out there on 4th and 8. And Huey's looking, dumps it down just over the outstretched arms of Cooper McMahon. And it's going to be a turnover on downs, and West is going to take over at the MeadowBrook 39.
That was going to be a tough ask for Cooper McMahon to catch the ball and go the distance right there to get a first down.
Yeah, he makes the catch. He's still, 6 yards shy of the first down. He's probably going to have to break a tackle or two. So I believe that's the 3rd turnover on downs for the Colts tonight. As West Muskingum looking to take back over. There's the handoff to Schauger, slipped, and the slip allowed a host of MeadowBrook defenders. Of course, Austin Steele in there. He's had himself a ball game. Schauger's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, Steele did a great job again getting in the backfield. Seems like we've called his name all night in the backfield.
Yeah, 2 sacks. He's got that tackle there, a forced fumble. So Austin Steele having himself a nice ball game. And dropping back, looking, dumps it off to the flats, out of the hands of Cisse, in and out of his hands. So the MeadowBrook pressure forced him to maybe get rid of it just a little sooner than he wanted to.
Yeah, West Muskingum did a little play action there in the backfield. MeadowBrook's defense was not fooled and was still right there. Even Cisse caught it, still had 2 Colt defenders right near him.
So now 3rd and 12. Something that West Muskingum hasn't been in very often, these 3rd and long situations. And dropping, looking deep, pumps it. Now he's firing deep. That's Samsel, and he got him. Touchdown, West Muskingum. And Austin Steele was in there on pressure, but him and one of the linemen for West Muskingum talking to each other at midfield, having a nice battle, and that's going to be a 42-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, that was a great job by Anton hanging in there. Like I said, we had pressure in his face. Seems like all night with Steele. But he's able to stay in the pocket right there and deliver a ball to Samsel. And Samsel did a great job adjusting to the ball. The ball wasn't right on the money. But Samsel was able to, again, kind of float to the outside to catch the ball for a touchdown.
So 3:54 to go in the half. Kuhn is going to line up for the kick. And it is up and good, but we're going to have a flag for illegal Formation, false start. So Samsel has 2 catches tonight. Both of them went for touchdowns, 35 and 42. Anton now is up to 160 yards passing and 3 touchdown passes. So again, this West Muskingum passing game that we didn't really talk about a whole bunch. We said they do have the weapons to where they could be dangerous, and that kick is going to be, I don't know if it was deflected at the line by the Colts or if it was just short.
I just think it was a short, low kick to start.
So it is going to be 48-7 now as the kick was short with 3:54 to go in the first half.
The past 2 kickoffs here from West Muskingum, they've been little pooch kicks trying to find the open area on the Colts' return. So let's see if they try to do that or just kick it away.
So West Muskingum going to kick off here from their own 40. Nate Davis putting the tee down. Back at around the 20 is Dyer. And Kuhn is at the 22 mark. The deep men for the Colts. And here comes the kickoff. Dyer's going to field it at just inside the 20. Looking for a room, doesn't see anything, tries cutting back, and a host of West Muskingum players are going to meet him at the 28-yard line. So MeadowBrook is going to take over at their own 28 here with 3:45 to go. Trailing 48-7. And we have 2 footballs out there on the field, and there the referee sees it, and I believe that football belongs to the West Muskingum sideline. Now they're getting it moved. Oh, well. Now I guess that was MeadowBrook's football, so they traded them out, and now they're throwing it over to West Muskingum sideline. So pistol formation, trips to the right of the screen for MeadowBrook. Huey gets it, hands it off to Cooper McManaway. He's going to have a gain of about 3 on the play.
And McManaway has had some success running the ball off tackle here tonight.
We're going to go ahead and give him 4 on the play. And there's McManaway again, running hard.
And we just talked about how successful the last play was, running off tackle. Looks like the same play there off the left tackle.
So that's going to be a gain of 5. And quickly, another quick play, and this is Cooper again, and he's going to be right at midfield. That's going to be a gain of 13 and a MeadowBrook first down.
Yeah, 3rd time's a charm right there. The same play all 3 times off the left tackle, and again, very successful.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
MeadowBrook playing for a little tempo, quickly back to the line of scrimmage. And this time it's going to be a fake screen. He's going to look deep, doesn't see anybody. Scrambling, he's going to throw it away. Incomplete. Looking around. Apparently they're going to say Lowry was in the vicinity of the pass, and it's going to go down as incomplete.
I think the NFL rule, as long as he's outside the pocket, right, makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the NFL rule, outside the pocket, and has to make it past the line of scrimmage. And here's the handoff to McManaway, and it's not going to fool him this time. He's going to get a yard, but he's going to be brought down. And gosh, I wish I could tell you it might have been Ty Schauger. I don't know. I mean, that's my best answer for that. Or it could have been maybe Wesley Houston. I mean, these jerseys are extremely hard to tell their numbers. And Huey's going to fire one down the field. Norman just out of reach, incomplete.
Earlier in the game, they had success doing that. Again, looked like a cover 2 look, and Norman Hughes was trying to find that hole, soft pocket in the cover 2 zone.
Yeah, the safety did a good job of cheating over there and kind of closed that little window, so to speak. So 4th down, Huey looking, firing down the field, just out of the outreach arms of Braylon Lowry. Incomplete, and it's going to be West Muskingum football with 2:04 to go in the first half.
That was a good-looking ball by Huey. I know Lowry did not come down with it, but that was a good-looking ball for Huey. You know, put it where I know if it was different, if the first, second, or third down, it'd be a little different, but put it where only his man could catch it right there. If nobody can catch it, it falls incomplete. I know 4th down's a little different. Maybe give your guy a chance, but again, still a good ball from Huey.
There's a little touch pass. I believe it's a Cisse. He's looking, and great tackle there coming up and making the play. 88, Connor Kraft.
That was a great tackle.
Mm-hmm.
That's you come up and be aggressive. Don't let Cisse make a move on you. Come up and take his legs out.
So only a 2-yard gain on the little touch pass. We're right at 1.5 minutes to go first half. Shotgun handoff, Schauger, and he's going to be met right
the quarterback
behind
still got it.
Oh, no, they fooled me as Anton keeps it.
That was a great
that was
fake.
that was a good sell. They got me.
But guess who tackled the running back?
Connor Kraft again.
Steele was in the backfield.
So 3rd and a short 4 as Anton's going to keep this, and he's going to spin out a 1 tackle but not get away as he maybe gets a yard. I'm giving him 2 yards. They're going to be a yard short, it looks like, as we're under 40 seconds here to go, as in West Muskingum taking plenty of time here.
I think number 18, Landy Kuhn, did a great job in there to make that tackle.
The Tornadoes do have 2 timeouts left as they're letting the clock run. It looks like, no, they're not going to kiss. And can't tell who it is, but he's going to race into the end zone from 42 yards out. I still don't know who they said it was.
I don't think it was Cisse.
I don't think it was Cisse, and I don't think it was Schauger either. And during all the celebration, I lost who it was. So we're going to give West Muskingum a 42-yard touchdown run there by the mystery man.
Could have been Carter Windland there.
It could have been. We'll have to find out at halftime as they're going to a bad snap, and Holder's going to roll out and fire it into the end zone and incomplete. So it's now 54-7 with 13.7 to go in the opening half.
Yeah, it just looked like a bad snap there on the extra PAT, the extra point, and it looked like Anton, as the holder there, is able to roll out. He looked very comfortable rolling into his right and delivering the ball right there.
And you know what's going to be bad is when West Muskingum decides to bring some backups in, and we're trying to figure out new sets of numbers. Going to make it even more fun for us here tonight.
We'll make our money.
Yeah. Might have to tell Caleb he needs to pay us double, if not triple, tonight.
Every time I see Nate Davis, I think of the Ohio Valley legend.
Oh, the Bel Air legend, Nate Davis. Ball State quarterback. Fielded at the 20 by Dyer. He's going to get to about the 28. We're going to have 6.6 seconds left. I think I'll mark it about the 29, 30-yard line. They're going to mark it at 29. Let's see if MeadowBrook runs a play or if they take a knee to just get it to the second half here. Well, MeadowBrook's got the 5 wide, so expect some trickery here possibly. They're going to pass back to Huey, and he's going to look to fire it down the field, and it's intercepted. So thankfully for the Colts, it wasn't worst case scenario. It was just an interception, and we're going to go to the half with the West Muskingum Tornadoes leading 54-7. We'll be back after a quick break. Let you enjoy the melodies of both schools' marching bands, and we'll be back with first half statistics and the rest of the game action here on the KGP Network.
To the far sideline where the 2022 edition of the Tornado Marching Band is now entering the field. They are in the 27th season under the direction of Andrew Reeves. The band opens tonight with the opening song that the Beatles are called by the Railroad in 1969. From the team of John Lennon and Paul McCartney, here is Come Together. Backstreet Boys are one of the most popular boy bands of all time. The Tornado Marching Band continues this evening's show with the title track off their second album. Here is Everybody, Backstreet's Back. Michael Jackson created one of the most popular music videos of all time in 1983. More of a short film than a music video, it featured frightening scenes of people turning into zombies and breaking into dance moves. The band finishes our show tonight with Thriller. Muskingum High School Marching Band. Best of luck for the last stretch of the season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention across the field as we proudly present the 2022 State-Bound MeadowBrook Colts Marching Band. The Colts Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Mickey Harvey. Band staff includes Assistant Director Mr. Darren McCon, Percussion Instructor Greg Starkey, Flute Ensemble Instructor Mike Loomis, Robert Moore, Low Brass Instructor, and Color Guard Instructor Alice Mashew. The band is led on the field by Senior Field Commander Amy Harper. The Colts Marching Band is proud to present their 2022 show, True Colors, featuring soloists are Sidney Dennison on alto saxophone, Lucas Black on trombone, and Emma Davis color guard. So sit back and enjoy the MeadowBrook Colts Marching Band and their show, True Colors.
Shitter's full. Not anymore. So when you're pipe trees, do you hit jack of all, master gun, or whatever they ask?
Well, like right now I'm well, but I got to call out to tubing and layout work, which is like the
Really? On my rolling. That's on my rolling. So then we got to talk about this. Later, don't stop. Leave it. Leave it. So what was the deal with Simon and Jared? Help them see what we're doing. Well, Ricky still has his backpack all the time. He hasn't heard about it. Remember back in the days when we played ball, baseball.
Number one catcher.
He's a catcher. I was a pitcher. Those were the days. There's up now, right? There's one here, the guy's one here. One pitch, miss.
Tomorrow at Tri-Valley Band Classic at 6:15 p.m. And the following Saturday, October 29th, your Courtside Marching Band competes at the OMEA State Marching Band Finals at 10:30 at Harold Bradley High School. Congratulations to the Marching Band on an amazing and successful season. Also, a huge thank you to our 10 seniors, Amy Helper, Sidney Dennison, Meadow Parks, Kevin Todd, Bryson Warheim, Jacob Justice, Mackenzie Dennis, Cody Kroger, Ethan Lake, and of course, Benjamin McDonald.
Remember we was at a game someplace?
direct your attention to these people lined up on the field. That is not the team who started on the second half, but that is your 7th and 8th grade combined football team with a combined record of 15-0-1. These will be your future high school football players. Let me read off the names real quick. We have John Bell, Joshua Blazenhauer, Lane Borman, Finley Boyd, Levi Calvert, Trip Cooper, Dalton Davis, Colton Davis, Evan Dickey, Farrell, Evan Fox, Logan Gable, James Garner, Logan Guller, Caleb Hall, Case Hendershot, Andrew Hugh, Ethan Johnson, Logan Kendall, Blake Lappard, Amante Lofton, Javon Lowry, Peyton Mallett, Chase Myers, Michael Ray, you can cheer anytime, Jesse Redmond, Bentley Cedar, Colton Snyder, Owen Springer, Charles Steele, Brendan Stewart, Halen Stillion, Camden Winnett. All right, those are your future players. Let's hear it. Good job. The athletic department would like to thank all the different sponsors, boosters, members, volunteer workers, and community members who have helped make tonight's game possible. The next athletic booster meeting will be this Monday, November 7th, in the high school cafeteria starting at 7. I don't think that's this Monday, but it'll be November 7th. If you're interested in helping out with athletics, feel free to come and join the meeting.
Wedding? Oh, so you guys are his wedding squad. Okay, he told me that you guys are working on something. Like, I've never met him before, but yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this game will now be played with a running clock per the LHSAA point differential rule. The clock will still be stopped after changes of possession, at the end of periods, and for timeouts. If the point differential should fall beneath 30, normal clock operation will resume. Thank you for attending tonight's game.
He doesn't even have them on there, so I didn't even say anything.
Welcome back here to halftime. Eugene Capers Field as the West Muskingum Tornadoes lead 54-7. So looking at scoring, and there was plenty of it, especially on the West Muskingum side. Leading it off, Schauger had a 73-yard touchdown run with 7:07 to go in the first quarter. Next, Anton hit Samsel for 35 yards with 5:01 to go in the first quarter to extend the lead to 14-0. Schauger scored his second touchdown run of the night on a 7-yard scamper with 3:41 to go. MeadowBrook dented the scoreboard next as Huey found Norman on a 19-yard touchdown reception with 11:43 to go in the second quarter. Then it turned into all West Muskingum as Schauger had a 48-yard touchdown run, a 53-yard touchdown run. Anton had touchdown passes of 48 yards to Cisse and 42 yards to Samsel. And then Wendland found pay dirt from 42 yards out with less than 15 seconds to go the first half, which gives us to this 54-7 West Muskingum halftime lead. So looking at first half statistics for the Colts, 7 of 16 passing, 61 yards. Huey's thrown for, 81 yards. Huey's thrown for all 81. Leading receiver for the Colts, 3 catches, 67 yards for Nick Norman. Dyer had 1 catch for 10 yards. Kuhn had a 3-yard reception. Lowry had a reception for a yard, and Black had a reception. Rushing for the Colts, Huey, as a team, they were 18 rushes for 69 yards. Leading the way is Cooper McManaway, 7 carries, 43 yards. Black had 6 carries, 14 yards. Huey had 4 carries, 8 yards. And Dyer had 1 carry for 4 yards. So we're almost ready for second half action. We'll quickly get statistics on West Muskingum. They had 16 carries, 234 yards. Leading the way was Ty Schauger with 8 carries for 182 yards. Anton was 7 of 9, 162 yards passing. Cisse had 5 catches, 85 yards, and Samsel had 2 catches for 77 yards. So just give us some first half analysis, how you thought things went, Kyle.
You know, we know why West Muskingum is, I think, 10th right now in the region, in Division 5. They have a great running game. Like I said, we saw both backs Cisse, you know, he has played some receiver, caught some screen passes, but he runs hard. Samsel, you know, at receiver, he's caught the ball and went the distance. And lastly, Schauger, he's the real deal at running back. And again, we highlighted those guys coming in, and again, you can see why they're in the playoff hunt, and they'll be pretty successful, I think, in the playoffs with those guys. But again, I have been impressed with MeadowBrook's offense. You know, knowing West Muskingum coming in has a great defense, and they've been able to drive and move the ball on them.
Yep, and MeadowBrook's going to kick it off. It's going to be filled about the 31 here. And he's going to be taken down at the 36. I believe that was Cisse. Or maybe not. It was a single-digit number.
Landon Kuhn was on the tackle.
Might have been Keegan Carnes, actually, on the return. So
I'll take the easy one. You can have a hard one.
yeah. So we got a running clock here as West Muskingum's leading by 47, if my math is correct. It always is.
It looks like still the first team is out here for West Muskingum.
Yeah, it does look like Anton's at quarterback. Schauger's back there in the backfield with him, and shotgun formation, and Schauger's going to get it. He's going to take off. Run sideline, gets the first down, and he's going to be taken down inside the 50, about the 48. So a 16-yard gain for him as Schauger's closing in on 200 yards rushing as he's 2 yards away from that.
Again, great run by Schauger there. We talked about at halftime. It seems like once he gets going, it's hard to stop him. Colts had success, you know, when Steele got him in the backfield before he started get going, so to speak.
So now they're in the eye here. He's got a fullback we haven't seen much. I believe that might be Wendland as the fullback. And Schauger's going to get it, and he's going to be over 200 with that run as he gains 3, we'll say.
Again, looks like the Colts did a good job stacking him up in the backfield. And again, Schauger wasn't able to get going there, and was bring him down for a small game.
So 2nd and 7 at the 44 of MeadowBrook for West Muskingum. Still in the shotgun. Kind of a little pistol look as Schauger's behind him. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll out. Anton got room. He's going to have the first. He's going to have more. Finds the sideline. Trips over his own 2 feet and down at the 25. We're going to have a flag at about the 34 as a MeadowBrook and West Muskingum player got hooked up. Should be a hold on West Muskingum and maybe a personal foul on one. It's going to be on MeadowBrook.
I know that play right there with the number 17, Jacob Burris for the Colts. He was put in a bind. You know, do you have to go after quarterback or do you stay on Cisse? And I agree with him. He went with Cisse. The quarterback, Anton, was able to keep it and get big yards.
So that's going to be a half the distance. And now West Muskingum is going to have it 1st and 10 from the 12. Anton looking end zone, and it is intercepted. Going underneath, it's the Colts. I believe that's Evan Dyer.
Evan did a great job there. Again, a little play fake in the backfield. Didn't really fool Evan there, and was able to read the quarterback eyes and undercut that slant.
So it's a 2nd turnover forced by the Colts. Yeah, like you said, great job. Read the play, got underneath that slant, little post slant, and gets a big-time interception. And for some reason, they're setting it at the 15-yard line, and now they realize they didn't set it at the 20.
I just hope, like last time I was on here, we don't get any 4 or 6 yard penalties.
There's a fake the handoff, fires it to Norman on the screen. He loses his shoe and falls down right at the line of scrimmage. And you don't really usually see that on the field turf. You think maybe the grass is it's getting a little wetter, but this field turf might be the same way when it gets a little wet. traction gets a little tougher as the moisture has kind of came out. The air's a little cooler now.
And we talked about earlier how it was nice weather. This year the games did start a week earlier.
There's a fake to handoff, finds Dyer on the slant, first down, MeadowBrook.
Yeah, great job by Huey again. Throwing that slant, seems like the slant has been there all night for him. And Dyer did a great job hauling it in.
So we got a gain of 13 on the play. So that's only Dyer's second catch, 2 for 23 yards tonight. Running back going to stand up by Huey. Huey's looking, fakes deep, now fires deep, and it is caught by Evan Dyer again down at the 40. A 27-yard gain.
Yeah, it was a great job by the Colts there. They was very successful hitting the slant the play before, and again we talked about how successful the slant has been all night. That was a little fake slant and turned straight up field, and they were able to hit Dyer again for a big play.
Huey looking, steps up and met in the backfield. Sacked by West Muskingum. And we're just going to say I have no clue who that was because I couldn't read the number. I thought originally it was number 7. I look at their roster and there is no number 7. And I heard the announcer say McKenzie, so we'll go with McKenzie then.
Number 55, we've called his name a couple times tonight already.
Huey's rolling out. Here comes pressures, passing it back on the screen. Cooper McManaway couldn't haul it in, though. It's going to fall incomplete.
Again, for some reason, sometimes the hardest balls to catch are the ones that you're wide open. Clendening 75 did a great job there to stay in his block during that whole time.
Here's the little screen to Kuhn. He's going to pick up about 4 on the play. So 4th and 14 from the 44 for the Colts. Already over halfway into the third quarter. Trio receivers up top. Huey's rolls out, looking, still looking, fires. Incomplete out of the diving hands of the MeadowBrook receiver. And possession is going to go back to the West Muskingum Tornadoes.
It looked like Dyer there breaking open there at the very end. Looked like he had a little step there, but he was not able to put it on his chest for a first down. And for a quarterback, that is one of the toughest throws to make, rolling through your left and getting your feet set and your shoulders squared and put the ball accurately.
There's the handoff to Sugar. Again, that little counter play like you've called out, but MeadowBrook right there to stop it. It's going to be a loss of 2.
And we talked, again, mentioned before, if you get Shulger in the backfield, chip him up a little bit, it would be successful. It's when he gets ahead of steam, he is hard to stop.
So it was Noah Farley on the tackle. Here's Shugger again, and good job there by the Colts. I believe initial it was Carter Watson initially on the hit.
And Huey is able to wrap him up and bring him down.
So no gain on the play, or 2-yard gain on the play. Now they're back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10. Canton dropping back fire. Stop route in and out of the hands of his receiver. And now it's going to be 4th down for West Muskingum.
Yeah, for West Muskingum, the receiver there, I don't know if it was Samson or not, but let the ball get to his chest instead of catching it with his hands. It might have been Cisse.
I think it was Cisse.
I let it get to his chest instead of catching it with his hands, and it hit the pads and just bounced off his chest.
So for the first time tonight, we're going to see the West Muskingum punting unit, as it looks like Samsel's the punter on the team. He gets a high pop fly. It's going to go out of bounds. And the man who dropped that ball out of bounds is none other than Cincinnati Bearcat offensive lineman A.J. George. So I hope they listen to it later. So I'll say, A.J., that's why you're an offensive lineman. I know if he's listening, he'll laugh about that.
But yeah, that's a little rugby-style kick there, and Colts was able to get pressure off the kicker's left side. Only kicked about 10 yards.
The MeadowBrook's going to have good field position here. Screen to Kuhn, looking for room. Powers over a defender, and there's going to be a flag on the play. Might be a block in the back or a hold on MeadowBrook. That's exactly what it is. So they're going to mark it from the 46. So it's going to be a 6-yard gain on the reception, but a 10-yard loss on the penalty.
I mean, I think that was a lineman blocking behind the play. Really didn't need the action right there.
And you never know, maybe it was a guy sold it like the Minnesota Vikings do.
They're paid actors, right?
Some of them are, yes. So that pass is going to fall incomplete.
Five wide here for the Colts.
Expect something a little different now. McBanaway's going to come in motion. Fakes pass, a screen, middle screen to Norman. He's open to the 45, inside the 40, breaks a tackle to the 35, brought down about the 34. So a 22-yard gain on the little middle screen, tight end screen as the Norman was lined up there.
Yeah, like we both said, we knew something was going on, and a great middle screen there for Norman.
So Norman up to now 89 yards receiving. And I'm writing stuff down, and I completely missed what happened here.
It'll be a pass complete to Dyer on that little slant again.
And unfortunately for MeadowBrook, there was a hold 5 yards behind, 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be, well, thankfully they marked it off from the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 1st and 20, roughly. As we got another whistle. I don't know. So that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter here at Eugene Capers Field. And it is 54-7 West Muskingum. We'll be back after a quick break with the final 12 minutes of action here on the KGP Network. And outrunning the defense 44 yards later. Touchdown, Justice Huey to Evan Dyer.
That was a great pass by Huey to Dyer right there. Looked like West Muskingum might not have been set real quick and was able to catch the slant like we talked about, and Dyer did a great job racing to the end zone.
I have to admit, West Muskingum wasn't the only that wasn't ready, because I wasn't ready for it either, as I looked up and all of a sudden Dyer's racing to the end zone. Milam's extra points up and good. So MeadowBrook trims the deficit to 54-40, and we got a flag well after the play. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, probably on West Muskingum, I'm guessing, since one of their players was kind of talking with one of the officials. And that same official, I think, told another official to go talk to the West Muskingum coaching staff.
It was a great experience there for Evan Dyer to catch that ball again, on being on senior night, him being a senior. It's something he'll never forget again. We talked about Steele having a great senior night also. There's a lot of hard work that goes in from your freshman year, even 7th and 8th grade year, all the way to you're a senior.
Yep.
And you'll remember it the rest of your life. So I know the scoreboard might not show up, but these will be memories that you remember, again, like I said, for the rest of your life.
So MeadowBrook's going to have the opportunity to kick from the West Muskingum side of the field here as in sportsmanlike penalty. So expect MeadowBrook to try a little onside kick or pooch kick of some sort here.
Milam might just drive it through the uprights like they do in the NFL.
He could try it. But I think MeadowBrook's more focused on maybe getting the ball back again or he does boot it, and it is into the end zone.
That's one thing.
So West Muskingum still looks like has starters out there, as that solid run there was by Schauger. So he's up to the 29, a 9-yard run by him. So now 211 yards rushing from Schauger.
Yeah, like you, I'm kind of surprised that they're still in here, but
yeah, especially when you're in the playoffs next week. You don't want to. You never know, a kid could roll an ankle or get banged up just enough where he misses next week's game, and you don't want that to happen, as Anton's going to keep that one and throw it incomplete on a little RPO.
Colts did a good job right there. Had the little bubble screen defended and also had the slant defended. So that's good communication there by the Colts secondary.
So we got 9:20 and ticking left in the contest. Cisse in motion. There's a fake the handoff. Anton's going to power forward, have the first down.
Huey did a good job there. He didn't necessarily make the tackle, but he drove his defender straight in the backfield, and I think the quarterback was able to chip on his own lineman's leg. But again, it was all by Huey driving his defender in the backfield.
Anton only got a yard on the play, but the unfortunate thing, all he needed was that 1 yard, and it's going to give him the first down. The handoff cut back from Schauger. Breaks one and breaks a second. He's going to fall down at about the 47, 48 yard line. So it's going to be a 17, make it 18-yard gain.
They've had a lot of success running that play tonight up the middle.
I think they've had a lot of success just giving it to Schauger in general.
You're right.
That kid's, he's a beast.
You're right.
And hey, why not give it to him again? Not quite as successful as most of them, but still a solid run as he's going to gain another 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Number 15 for the Colts, Noah Farley, did a good job staying his ground, able to wrap him up.
And I believe Schauger has just trotted off the field. And if I'm a West Muskingum fan, I think I'm standing up and applauding that young man after the night he's had.
Yeah, he's had a great night.
So we got a lot of white jerseys in there, whiter than normal. So we're going to have some new names to add to the list here. As that's going to be kept by the quarterback. Going to be brought down for a loss of 1 or 2. They can't tell if that's still Anton or if that's their backup quarterback.
Farley did a good job not quitting on the play and able to chase the quarterback down from behind and tackle him. That's one thing with the grass. You could always tell the clean jerseys and dirty jerseys, but.
And that's going to be offsides on the Colts.
Turf a little different.
And I believe that is Anton still in the ball game. Third down and 2 at the MeadowBrook 49, shotgun formation. There's a handoff up the middle. We're going to say that's Winland. It's going to be a first down. So your cousin Carter Winland picked up 4 yards on that play.
Definitely didn't get the speed from me. Probably the slowest skilled position 40 time you'll ever see in history of football.
You sure that's wasn't Tom Brady? And he turned down all right.
You're right.
Winland again with the run. Going to pick up they said a Schauger.
Like I said, I think it's anyone's guess right now.
And yeah, that is Schauger that came back into the game. There's always different things you look for out of players, and Schauger's got that little brace on his right leg, the little black, I don't know if it's a sleeve or a brace.
He's getting over talked about one of the coaches right now. He probably just grabbed his helmet off the bench and put himself in.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe the coach's like, how did you get back into this game? What are you doing? There's the handoff. Winland powering forward. MeadowBrook making sure he doesn't get much past the first down. But he's going to have the first down, so it's going to be a 5-yard gain, it looks like. And that clock's still ticking as we're under the 4 minutes left in the ball game.
That was a good gang tackle there by the Colts defense. Again, one guy had him stood up, and the rest of the buddies came to help.
And credit West Muskingum here. They're doing a good job of running the clock down, making sure they don't snap it too soon, and they're going to hurry up and get this snap on, and they did not get it on time. It's going to be a delay of game. Or it's going to be a timeout, West Muskingum. So with 3:22 left in the ball game, it is West Muskingum 54, MeadowBrook 14. So while we have a few seconds, let's see if we can find some scores of interest. It was at halftime, MeadowBrook was down 10, or excuse me, Cambridge was down 10-7 to St. Clairsville. That game is now 24-21 St. Clairsville. Newcomerstown was leading Buckeye Trail 22-14 at the half. Give me a few seconds here. Press a couple buttons and finding a score on that, and that is still 22-14, and it's saying it's halftime. So I wonder if that's that hasn't been updated.
For a lot of these teams, the playoffs begin tonight.
Yes. Yeah, because for Cambridge, that's their first playoff game there. They want to play at home as that runs up the middle. Obviously, Buckeye Trail, they got to win to get in. So, I mean, there's a lot riding on these games, as that's a nice pickup of 12 yards from Windland.
And the one thing that the Ohio High School Athletic Association has done, they've expanded the high school playoffs to, instead of 8 teams, it is the 16 teams now.
Even back in the day, it was only 4 teams. So you're talking that now. Think about Division IV Region 15. That means you got Indian Valley, St. Clairsville, and Steubenville this year's 3 of your top teams, and so that means there's only one other team that would have been eligible if it was the same type of ruling, and there'd be definitely some great teams. New Lexington is your 4. Actually, okay, your top 4 are Steubenville, St. Clairsville, Columbus East, and Indian Valley. So if that was the case right now, New Lexington wouldn't have made the playoffs. Great team. Logan Elms had a successful year. They wouldn't have been in the playoffs. So a lot of teams. Cambridge had a great year, wouldn't make the playoffs. I mean, it gives these other teams an opportunity to get a taste of the playoffs, play that Week 11. Like a Morgan team sitting there at 5-4. They win tonight, they're going to be in the playoffs more than likely. I mean, Philo Duncan Falls, even though we've talked, they've kind of been a down season by their standards, sitting at 4-5. They have a chance. They win, they're in. So there's a lot of teams that just getting an opportunity to play in the playoffs in football. It's not guaranteed for everybody, I know, but being one of those top 16 teams that advance is always very exciting.
You even look at Division 5 Region 19, where West Muskingum is located in. They're at 7-2 and 10th in that region right there, so they would not make it in the old format.
Yeah, and they're pretty good. A pretty good 7-2 team, as we found out tonight, and soon to be 8-2. So they got a little shotgun split backs here. And I believe that's a new running back. I don't think that's Windland. I want to say it's 24, Jesse Savage.
New quarterback also. That's another thing. You know, do you play after week 10? Do you play the JV game? So a lot of times this might be their last chance at playing in a JV game, or any JV players playing at all.
So under 2 minutes to go, and I know a lot of people maybe think, well, shouldn't these guys just take a knee? But you've got these young guys in now, and they're trying to get an opportunity. Let them run some plays. And obviously West Muskingum's not trying to run up the score here. They're just giving guys opportunities to play. As this quarterback there is going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That's number 15, Braxton Brownrigg.
Number 88, Connor Kraft right there with a nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
And Connor Kraft hasn't been a name we talked about this year. He's made some nice plays as well tonight for the Colts. So that's going to be a loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, one thing about Connor is Yeah, he attacks. Every tackle we've seen him make tonight, he's always attacking.
Under a minute to go. This should be the last play of the ball game. There's a handoff, and guess who made that tackle? Austin Steele. Not sure who ran the ball for West Muskingum. Trying to keep an eye on him. It's going to be a little too tough because they're walking away. I believe that might have been 23 McPhee, maybe. I could be wrong, but I could be right. And that's going to do it here from Eugene Capers Field. As our final score is West Muskingum 54, MeadowBrook 14. We'll be back after a quick break and provide you with some final statistics and analysis here on the KGP Network. Capers Field final score 54 to 40 or 54 to 14 West Muskingum as they end the regular season 8-2 and 4-1 in the MVL. The Colts finish the season at 1-9, 1-4 in the MVL. A rough senior night for the Colts. Looking down for score or individual statistics for the Colts, Justice Hughes 12 of 24 passing, 193 yards. Nick Norman was his leading target, 5 catches, 89 yards. Evan Dyer, 4 catches, 94 yards. Landon Kuhn had 3 catches for 13 yards. Braylon Lowry had a catch for 1 yard. And Braden Black had 1 catch for no yards. Rushing for the Colts, they finished 19 carries, 62 yards. Leading away was Cooper McManaway, 7 carries for 43 yards. Black had 6 carries, 14 yards. Dyer had 1 carry for 4 yards, and Justice Huey had a 1 yard rushing on 5 carries. Over to the West Muskingum side, it was Ty Schauger leading their way as they had 30 carries, 332 yards on the night. He finished 16 carries, 240 yards. Carter Winland added 5 carries, 69 yards. Jake Anton had 8 carries, 21 yards. And Rashad Cisse had 1 carry for 2 yards. Passing-wise for the Tornadoes, Anton finished 7 of 12 passing, 162 yards. His 2 receivers were Cisse with 5 catches, 85 yards, and Samsel had 2 catches, both for touchdowns for 77 yards. So, Kyle, that's going to conclude the regular season for us here as the Colts dropped to 1-9. Obviously, MeadowBrook, it was a tough year. They came in, knew they were going to be a young team, but watching this team from week 1 to week 10, you saw a lot of growth on this team.
Like you said, a lot of growth. It doesn't help, like Sam Bob goes down, a senior goes down. Rely on him for leadership, and he goes down again. Guess who you're turning to? Another younger kid. And these minutes, they only help and benefit you till your sophomore, junior, senior year. And, when they get a senior, the shoe might be on the other foot, and the Colts are in the playoffs, and West Muskingum might be down. So, again, like you said, the experience is very pivotal in a young player's future.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing, injuries has been a big part. Not only was MeadowBrook a young and experienced team, but they had a lot of young guys, a lot of their seniors, like you said. Bob went down. Ty Griffin went down the first game of the year, missed the rest of the year. Just a tough break. Cam Morrison, who set the single-season record for receptions in a game earlier this year, was in and out of the lineup a lot this year. Obviously, with Sam Bob, Dalen Rivera was in and out of the lineup a lot. You're losing some weapons, some key players for you. Obviously, it makes it tough, but this is a great learning experience. And, of course, you were here in kind of the same situation as Justice Huey as a young quarterback and taking over as far as getting the reps as the number 1 quarterback in it. And it's not easy, and I'm sure you can attest to that.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy because a lot of times when you're young, a lot of things don't go your way. Again, we talked about Schauger tonight. He is a big boy. He's a man. And you're as a young quarterback, as a young player, sophomore and freshman, sophomore in high school, your body has not matured yet. And you go to the weight room, you put the weight on, you get bigger, your brain develops more, and it makes decisions a lot easier. It makes weightlifting a lot easier, and it just all clicks. So again, being a young quarterback, there's nothing wrong with playing. It gives you, again, great experience and great things to build off for next year. And I know for this team, a lot of kids are returning and be looking for a very successful year next year.
Yeah, so congratulations also to both seniors on both teams. This is the last home game for the MeadowBrook players to strap on that football helmet and play at Eugene Capers Field. And congratulations to the West Muskingum Tornadoes as they'll be advancing to play in Week 11 in the playoffs. So congratulations to them, and good luck next week with their to-be-determined opponent, as I'm sure there'll be a lot of people looking through social media, scanning through there to see who's playing who, and as this is always a big jumbled up mess, it seems like, when it gets to these playoffs, and it's kind of fun to see who they're playing and people trying to figure out the different scenarios. Obviously, there's people a lot smarter than me, like Joe Itel, that can figure that stuff out. So score of interest for people. St. Clairsville's leading Cambridge 30-21 with 1:11 left in the game in that one. So a barn burner at McFarland Stadium. And then the other score of interest, Buckeye Trail. The Warriors trail 22-14 at halftime. Still the score that I'm seeing here, so apparently nothing's updating there. But so, Kyle, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We appreciate everybody listening to us. We appreciate Graham Excavating, Westfall Services, GB Roofing, the Main Screen Printing, Teal Dove Consulting Firm for providing this live stream and this opportunity for us. We appreciate it. We had 5 games. We kind of had the benefit of having more than 5 in the past few years, but we had 5 great games. The weather cooperated, at least when MeadowBrook played on this field, because if people don't forget Buckeye Trail and Caldwell played here week 1, and our buddy Tommy Strasser, good thing he brought his little to-go bag or suitcase, his overnight suitcase, because I think him and Chris Starr had to almost spend the night here Saturday night on that 6-hour live stream they had between Buckeye Trail and Caldwell with the weather delay that lasted, I think, well over 2 hours. But we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll see you basketball season. Good night.